Chapter 1. The house was one of those old antebellum mansions, though more reminiscent of Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte than Gone with the Wind. 4 fluted, peeling columns and short white railings lined the once elegant facade. Faded green shutters framed the windows. There was a large moss-covered fountain in the front courtyard and an iron gazebo that looked like an inhospitable birdcage. The house was named Ballineen. They named houses here in the South. Then again, they also married their first cousins, so that was hardly a recommendation. Austin caught his expression in the rearview mirror of his BMW 507. "It can't be that bad," he muttered and slid out of the roadster, slamming the door briskly behind him. It needed to not be that bad. He couldn't afford any problems with this cellar appraisal, not with Whitney Martin already hunting for a reason to get rid of him and replace him with Whitney's fiancée, Master Sommelier Teresa Bloch. Losing his position as auction director for one of the oldest wine shops in North America was a thought too painful to contemplate. Austin had worked too hard to get where he was. His family already thought his career was frivolous. Being an unemployed master of wine would make him a bigger joke than he already was. He turned at the rattling scrape of metal on stone. A young black man was raking dead leaves and twigs from a narrow walkway. He wore black jeans, a red leather jacket, and a purple do-rag. As he raked, he sang tunelessly along with an iPod. Austin slung his laptop case over his shoulder and headed for the house. As he strolled past the fountain, it spat up a trickle of gray water. The whole place had an odd, earthy scent, like an herb garden gone to rot. The petals of cherry blossoms littered the courtyard and steps to the front veranda like dirty pink confetti after the parade has passed. Spring in Georgia was supposed to be very pretty, but this was March, the wettest month. The skies were slate, and an eerie light seemed to bounce off the dark stone urns with their dead vines. As Austin reached the covered front porch, the door swung open, and a young woman dressed like the last of the Southern belles in a yellow satin ball gown leaned seductively against the frame and smiled at him. "Why, hello," she drawled. She was probably in her early 20s, a bit younger than Austin, petite and very pretty, with dark curls and dark eyes. "Y'all must be Mr. Gillespie." "That's right." Austin automatically shook the unexpectedly square, blunt-fingered hand she offered. "I'm Carson Cashel, the daughter of the house. Did you have any trouble finding us?" No." With 5 stepmothers and 4 stepsisters, Austin liked to think there wasn't much a woman could do to surprise him, but he couldn't help staring. Carson Cashel was wearing a hoop skirt, for crying out loud. No trouble. Just make a hard right after the end of the civilized world." She smirked at him. "What do you think of my dress, Mr. Gillespie?" Blushing, Austin tore his gaze from her bodice. Not that he was scoping her out, hardly, but her creamy, pert breasts were all but popping from that nest of lace and ribbon like a pair of doves about to take flight. "It's very pretty." "It is, isn't it? I thought you looked different. Older, like one of those wine snobs." Austin smiled lamely, because what was he supposed to say to that? He was, probably by definition, a wine snob. Snobbery was part of the master of wine job description. He was paid to be a snob, an articulate, witty snob with a trained palate and a sensitive nose. Carson burst into a peal of laughter. "I guess y'all are wondering why I'm dressed like it's Halloween." "Well, I'm modeling my costume for the annual Madison Masquerade Ball on Saturday." She turned away, throwing him a sassy look over her bare shoulder. "Well, come on. You'll want to see the cellar straight away, I guess." He wiped his feet on a grungy-looking mat and stepped over the threshold. "Thanks. I think I'm supposed to meet with Mr. Rourke Cashel." "Oh, Daddy is indisposed just now. He'll see y'all later." The bottom of Carson's gown swept along the parquet floor. She bustled along, leading the way. Austin had a glimpse of her bare feet as the hoop skirt billowed lightly from side to side.